Alright, welcome everybody. This is my video on my Smith & Wesson Model 40-1 Centennial. The Centennial model came out in 1952. It is a snub nose with a 1 7/8", 2-inch barrel, 5-shot, 38 special. It had an all-steel frame, and it was made under the Centennial name until around 1958, and then they changed it to the Model 40. I believe it was still unofficially called the Centennial model, just kind of like the Bodyguard was called the Bodyguard and whatnot, but they all had model designations after that time period. The Centennial is the snub nose, that's the hammerless version. This one here is all steel. They also had an airweight lightweight version around the same time. This one's blued, and it is from the Smith & Wesson Classic line, which this particular revolver model, when the Classic line was made from 2007 to around 2012, they weren't making the all-steel version. They quit making it back in the, I want to say the 90s maybe. And anyway, they reissued this gun with the newer features in 2007 and called it a 40-1 Classic. You can tell by the different machining on it that it's a newer version. I picked this gun up off a gun broker about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I think I paid about $475 for it. It was used, but it's in very, very good condition. I'll go over some of the features of the gun. This one here has a grip adapter on it. It's not a Tyler T-grip, but it is a very excellent clone of it. I got it off of a gun broker from a seller. I believe it was Robertson Trading Post that I got that off of, but I've got that on this and my Bodyguard. I really like them. I don't like them on my larger frame revolvers because my knuckle ends up behind the trigger guard and the recoil bangs my knuckle a lot. But on these snub nosed with a tight grip, my knuckle protrudes out and I don't have a lot of issues with it. It actually keeps me a more solid grip under recoil, and I don't have to reposition my grip on them. The Centennial had grip safety on the back. The originals, where you could take off the grip and you could run a pin through them to deactivate the grip safety. The newer ones from the Classic line like this, you can't. And I kind of wish you could, because one gripe that I have about this gun is that the grip safety, at least for me to activate it, it's I'm not going to say it's overly stiff, but you have to be very conscious of making sure it's depressed. I've taken it to the range, and several times under rapid fire I have, it's locked up because my grip wasn't good around that grip safety. That's one gripe, I guess, if you could call it, that I will say about this gun, that I like the grip safety, but that also has its downfalls. I don't know if they make a lighter spring for that or not, but anyway, that's really the only major downfall to this, and I wouldn't really call it major, to this revolver. I did put a spring kit in. I want to say it was from Wesson. I'm not sure, but it's a J-frame spring kit. If you do a search on it, you can find it, and it does lighten the gun up considerably. Like I said, this gun's unloaded, and I don't have a aversion to dry firing, but it's, see, like just then, I didn't have my grip safety depressed. If I got it depressed good, it's heavy enough to be safe and light enough to be, easily operated. It's nice and smooth trigger. It was heavy when I got it, and like my Bodyguard, I put the spring kit in, and it made a pretty big difference, I thought. Makes the gun a lot more pleasant to shoot. The Classic model, like I said, this is the Classic model, came out in 2007. They made these in blued and nickel plated, and in the steel versions only. The lightweights are still being made today. So the Classic version was just the steel, and it was a nickel and blued. Guns like this are still available brand new. They're all the lightweight versions from what I know. They don't have the lightweight frame, or they have lightweight frames. They're under the model 442, I believe, 642, and probably another one, I'm not sure. But they're very popular, although I don't necessarily consider them optimum for a beginner person concealed carry, because with a full house 38 special, though, these things do, even in the steel versions, in my opinion, they have significant recoil, so it takes a little bit getting used to them. I haven't shot a lightweight version, but I imagine obviously it's probably even more significant. So I wouldn't necessarily consider one of these as a good first gun for concealed carry. I'd say, get something else, get used to it, and try one out before you buy it for sure. See what you think. I know I see a lot of these recommended to people that are new to shooting for concealed carry, and they are great for concealed carry, but as far as the recoil and stuff, some people that may be turned off by grabbing one of these as their first time ever shooting experience and shooting them. I don't think it's a very good idea. It takes a little bit getting used to and a little bit of experience. Another thing about this gun that I've noticed is that I don't really care for is the grip on this side. A couple of the diamonds have chipped off, and I have not been very rough on this gun at all. Like I said, I don't carry it. I don't have a problem with carrying it, but I have a older Smith & Wesson Bodyguard Model 38 that if I'm going to carry a snub-nose 38, that's what I'm carrying, just because it's definitely, I'm not worried about it. And in a later video, you'll see that it's not a gun that I'd be concerned with getting scratched or getting worn. This gun may someday be worth a little something, and I'm going to try to keep it in decent shape. If I carry this, I'm going to holster carry it instead of just letting it jostle around in a coat pocket or something. But as far as accuracy goes, snub noses will surprise you with their accuracy, especially at shorter ranges, 25 yards and less. I have not noticed a significant decrease in accuracy between a snub nose like this and any of my other revolvers. Take the sight picture takes a little bit getting used to where it shoots, but it shoots pretty good. I'm happy with it. As far as 25 yards, I don't have any problem hitting anything with it. If you're an experienced shooter with a revolver and you've never had a snub nose before, I think everybody's got to have one in their collection. And at least you might decide you want to carry it. I think they're excellent carry guns. They can be carried in the pocket. They do not have to be removed from the pocket to fire. There's no slide workings or hammers exposed that's going to get, impinged from movement when firing. So it's a great gun to stick your hand in your pocket, aim it, and shoot it. And hopefully you never have to do that, but that's one positive to a gun like this. Anything else? I can't really think of anything else about this gun that, you can't find out elsewhere. It's a good little snubby, kind of partial to 38 specials and all types of flavors, and this one here it's definitely one that people need to add to their collection if you're the same as me. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all later.